Stay undefeated. Do your job at home. Bring the pressure. 4 sacks. You must not know who you're talking to. The only time my line gets a sack is if everybody's covered.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff is right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Hunt last week, 23 carries, 146 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I like cookouts. No.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. As we get a peek at the former number 2 overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky.
I love this quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss.
Indianapolis. Well, Indiana.
The man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Quickly now, here's a look at the Green Bay offense.
And they come off a tough loss last week, and what's their reward? A second straight road game. Rarely are teams happy about scheduling. They're always calling the league office saying, how come we have this game and that game? But when you're coming off of a loss on the road and you go right into another one, that's a difficult task.
On second down, it's Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I don't know. That
defensive starters, here they are for Atlanta. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to it. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, where was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that fast.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. Be led out by a man who rewrote Brett Favre's passing records at Southern Miss. It's Nick Mullins.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And here are the Falcon offensive starters.
It's real easy to express how much you love about Julio Jones's game because when you watch him perform, you see a little bit of everything. You see speed, you see strength, you see the power with the run after catch. But what you don't see is the work he puts in during the week, and you also don't see this. A #1 receiver, one of the best in the league, that doesn't act like a diva.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense. I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Oh, boy. I mean... Oh, boy.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Here we go, here we go.
More Sean.
Now on first down, he'll drop the throw. Gonna throw right side here, complete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Well, no,
2nd and 5. 5-yard completion on first down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Mullins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll look to throw. This is caught. Now the ball comes loose. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
54, Mike 54, Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? It's the last thing you want to see. Punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly doesn't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football. We're scoreless after 1. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far in the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and slow them down.
Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Now you know a little bit more about him.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Mullins and the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now.
Like Wesley
the ball to start the game. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6.
He probably like not paying taxes. He's like
eluding the pressure right and seeing nowhere to throw. He chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Go, go.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Haynes. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Haynes, I commend you on getting that first down, but now you're hurt.
Ready. Check. Kill.
He fought for so many.
This is Hunt.
For so much.
Gets past one man. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
All I heard is
15 yards, first down Atlanta.
Now this is an example of breaking down
I
defense.
can't
Because
tell
a lot
if
of these
it's
runs,
true.
he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, Hunt. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
if you're going to take.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
It never takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They'll set up to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone.
Touchdown!
Pulled in by
Austin Hooper.
It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Prater for the extra
Here's what you do. Stand up.
And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at the 3.
That's not
and he
funny.
will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well.
And now look at this. Big game of fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because
Keanu
you would
Neal
think there would never
hit
be a
on the
fumble
receiver
from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around.
Mullins is 11 for 12.
Opportunistic by the defense.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
7 yards there and a first down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Good job, guys.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
So It seems like...
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape. As we look around the NFL here in week number 7.
They have a total of 27 total yards.
We'll start up at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo. And it's the Rams who are out in front as those teams approach halftime. The Rams trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we'll stay in the AFC East as we jet down the coast to check on the Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium. And that one's gone to the half with the visiting Broncos on top. A touchdown pass there for Andrew Luck. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. N'Keal Harry, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Be miserable.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. That's complete to the tight end, Sauber. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. They'll run on first down. It's Hunt, and he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. Into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson, 36 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. Always important to get the first score in the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big gain of 31 on third down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun is Trubisky. It's caught here by Adams. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They go back to the ground with Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again. As his nightmare afternoon continues.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky.
Oh, intercepted.
Coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Extra point good by Prater. And that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Accuracy, I guess, is better, so that second click goes slower.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Trubisky now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
54 Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Again, it's Jones. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And he finds Jimmy Graham.
Another fumble.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And they have possession. And they have it at the...
Over 200 yards if they don't have the ball. How much total offense do they have? They have 137.
38-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security.
Oh,
some
Kareem
form or
Hunt just
another,
stiff-armed his shit
understanding that taking care of the ball is the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
Second and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On third down, here's Hunt. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. They run for it with Hunt, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Kareem Hunt stops short of the sticks, and the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. The connection made. It's Graham. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimous St. Brown, and it's 3rd and 4.
I forgot that.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Trubisky will throw, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better.
Intercept.
Another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
That's his 5th interception.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They run again with Hunt. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now Hunt.
Good boy.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
First seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Williams. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Hopefully I can keep the ball for the rest of the quarter.
Convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime he hand the ball to a back.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Williams. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. B.J. Goodson there on the tackle. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Falcons, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
They had 157 total yards of offense.